Ladies and gentlemen and ninjas, welcome back to the Decom podcast here on the African Geekdom Corner with me, your boy JP. Today, witches, warlocks, samurai warriors, wargs, fades, shadowspawn, darkspawn, shadow, darkspawn is from Dragon Age, shadowspawn, and creeping black evil goo. Today we review Amazon's original series, Wheel of Time, based on Robert Jordan's novels of the same name.
The wheel weaves as the wheel wills.
So, grab your coffees and let's find out if it's worth a piss. For the review of Wheel of Time, ladies and gentlemen and ninjas, I had to bring in an expert on the subject.
Expert, big words, like serendipity here.
Somebody who knows a lot more than
I have,
me. Somebody who's read, how many of these books are there?
14, 15 actually. If you count New Spring, which is a prequel, 15. Yeah. A novella. New Spring is a novella about Len and Maureen when like 20 years before. Yeah.
All right, good. I'll note that down. Shit. Okay, first off,
Okay.
I'll share my overall thoughts on this show.
Cool.
The Wheel of Time. We discussed this. The first few episodes, I was kind of meh on it. I was watching it because it was high fantasy and I was curious.
Yeah.
But by episode 5, it did pick up. It started being the shit that you were promised you would get. But generally, I stuck with it because it looked good, the effects were good, there was good writing, and I'm secretly in love with Rosamund Pike. Maureen Sedai.
Good taste there.
Yeah. So I stuck with it. Now, anyway, this just ended. You watched it. I watched it. I have no idea what the hell was going on there at the end. But okay. I'll ride with it.
Okay.
Now, what I need from you, I liked what I saw. Well, and I heard a review that I read a review where somebody said it was better than Game of Thrones. I think not yet, not yet, my brother.
No, not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
Oh, not yet. No.
But overall, it was a good effort, good start. So, from you, a book reader, a reader of these books, guy who likes book learning. What is your overall view of the plot and characters comparing as opposed to the book? I suppose, is this just the first book in this season?
Yeah. The end, the first season where the first book ends. First thing that I need to make you understand is that when Jordan was writing the first book, it was supposed to be if you read the first book and the second book. So basically, his plan was for the first book and the second book to be one book. And then he took too long to finish, and the publisher said, "Okay, you're taking too long. Cut it. Give us something." So he cut it in half.
All right.
And naturally, so he tried to make he tried to give it a beginning, a middle, and an end, as all books should have. The problem was that the ending came to be confusing because, like all fantasy books, have an ending with a bang, with a hit. And what they've done with the show, actually, they may have done something a little bit better than the book. I think what the fans are complaining is that they could have done something even more better with the fact that they knew how the whole series ends. you know, you already have the 14 books. It's not like Game of Thrones, which was not yet finished. But they let me try to explain basically the ending of the book. So they go to the Wheel of Time. No, they go to the Eye of the World. Excuse me. Um, and the Eye of the World, it's in the Blight.
Okay.
Okay, it's in a garden of trees. It is lush, and the Blight is a place of dead trees. It is warm. It is nothing really survives there. It's not really what you saw in the show. That is a creative decision that they took, which is fine. But it's not the way it's described in the book.
Okay.
So they make their way there, and it is a place that you can only find if you have a need to find it. Find it
Okay.
with glory, seeking glory. Yeah,
All right.
and you cannot find it. You cannot find it twice in your life, which makes Maureen quite
Unique.
unique because she's the only one who has returned there. And the place there is curated by a plant man named Greenman.
But that guy wasn't
Is like a
there.
plant dude. That guy was not there, no. So you're beginning to see why.
Yeah.
So yeah, and in there, it's a place like the place that you saw them walk down into, except they didn't walk down into, they walked like through a door.
Yeah.
And inside, yeah, so inside is the Eye of the Wall. Inside the Eye of the Wall is a pool where you have a pool over the male half of the power.
Mhm.
So you can use that power without no taint, with no taint there. So they walked down, so they walked in and they actually got out. But when they got out, they found two Forsaken. Forsaken are basically the people who were the servants of the Dark One, powerful
Okay.
people like Ren Alto is. Yeah, there were 13 of them. So they found two of them, and two of them, to summarize it, they knocked out some people, and the Green one of them, and the other one, understanding that Ren is the Dragon Reborn, came for Ren, but he had a link. So this guy, and this is where people become a bit confused. They don't really know. There's a lot of what I'm about to tell you. There's a lot of things which is confusing, and
Okay.
there isn't real proper answers for them, and that's why the fans were hoping for better ending with the shows.
Okay.
So
I get you.
he has, yeah, he has a link with the pool, and he's using it to to attack Ren because he understands that Ren Alto is the Dragon Reborn. So he's coming at Ren, and then suddenly the line stops. The connection that he has moved from him and into Ren, and it's
Mhm.
not clear why. And they fight, and Ren kills him. And then suddenly Ren is on the battlefield, basically the battlefield that you saw with Fox
Yeah.
and yeah, and he is taking names there, you know, wiping out wiping out Faye, another creature, the which is like a man bat kind of creature.
Mhm.
He was wiping all of them out, and then he went through a door, and that's when he goes through this other Forsaken, who is playing the Dark One, and which the guy which you met at the
Okay, so that's not the dark one.
yeah, perhaps I shouldn't have said that to you, but
No, but no, it was bugging me. I was saying this is way too easy. This guy in a suit. Fuck this guy in a suit. I mean,
yeah,
I got strong Agent
yeah,
Smith vibes. I was like, nah.
yeah, and this suit is, I didn't like it. Yeah, it was not appropriate. It didn't say forbidding.
Yeah, they ran
But
out
the
of
guy, the
budget.
actor was, yeah, yeah, it seems so. But the guy was very good actor. He's a very good actor. The problem with his portrayal, with his presentation, is that he seems a lot more sane than the Ishmael in the book. You know,
Okay.
the Ishmael, yeah, and the Ishmael in the book, he's a guy who's been. You see, when they trapped all the Forsaken in the Dark One day in the Blight,
Mm.
he was partially trapped. So he's been walking around the world for 3,000 years.
Yeah.
You understand? Yeah, and he's been causing a lot of chaos, a lot of wars, a lot of a lot of things which historians don't really know. He's the one who's been behind it,
Okay.
and and he I think walking around that time, I think walking around at that time for a human being can make us a bit mad. And so there they are, and they fight. The two of them fight, and Ren basically beats him a little bit too easy.
Mhm.
A guy who hasn't had training, and Ren beats him a little bit too easy, and basically the story ends there. Um, what I like that the ending is that they've given, you see, what I like, something that I like about the show, which also is weakness,
Mhm.
it's the foreshadowing. They foreshadowed a lot of things
Yeah, they did.
for other seasons. Yeah. For example, the scene with Rand and Egwin having a baby
Mhm.
and being tested for with temptation and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
This is a big foreshadowing for the very final book. Okay,
Okay.
and and they've done it. I feel I don't know how other fans feel about it, but I feel they've done it. They've done that well. He made his choice. Understand that Egwin, this is not the Egwin that he wanted. Egwin wants to be an Aes Sedai. Um, um, Good stuff. The other thing that they foreshadowed that I can remember right now is the death of the Aes Sedai in, I think, episode 4 or 5, where the water show the pain of the water, and this is
Mhm.
gonna pay off somewhere in season 4 or 5, I think 5.
Well, as they stick to the books, I
And
guess. Yeah.
yeah, but this is not found. The scene where the Aes Sedai die. This is
Mhm.
not in the. Excuse me. This is not in the other world. So
Okay.
so they so they brought this in to foreshadow. But the thing is, I think the problem with the first season is that this doesn't pay off at the end of first season. You understand? There's a lot of foreshadowing which will pay off in the coming seasons. It is not at the end of this particular
Okay.
story.
So
And I
it's
think
definitely a lot of setup.
they are doing a lot of setup. Yeah. I like quite. You see, I'm a reader. I think what readers are not doing is understanding that an adaptation is an adaptation. We're never gonna get a book
Yeah.
right on screen,
True.
like a copy paste on screen. Yeah. So what we need to set up is the understanding that uh, it's gonna be different, and how different is it gonna be? Um, I think with the show, the broad strokes have been very good. Okay, well done.
Yeah.
The details, there's some details which is where they fail, and
I
I
get
think
you.
that's gonna create problems for them in the coming seasons. Like one of the at the top of my mind right now, if you remember, I'm sure you remember because you watched this latest. The last episode, Ren, to get out of a dream, Ren stabs himself in the gut
Mhm.
with the sword.
Yeah.
So Ren then is in um, a world, the world of dreams
Mhm.
in the Wheel of Time, and the world of dreams is where basically the Forsaken have been living, those who have not been able to walk, and then
Okay.
there are people who can walk there. Okay, and the thing is that the world of dreams, very much like the Matrix, if you die there, you're dead. You're
Okay.
dead. Yeah, there is no waking up. And some might argue that okay, he was stabbed, he didn't die. But I can remember one of the books where there was an Ariel chief. The Ariel basically is what the woman that you saw
Mhm.
kicking ass in your blood snow. So one
Okay.
of their men
Okay.
was a
Yeah,
chief.
that wasn't explained either. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So this is a tribe that lives in the desert beyond the mountains. Okay, and they're gonna be extremely important coming in the coming seasons. Not even in season 2, probably in season 3 and 4.
Mhm.
yeah. So assuming that they go season by like one book per season. Okay. So she there they would have I remember one in one book they have a group of women who channel, and they are like the wise ones. They are very respected there in those tribes, and
Okay.
she could actually use the dreams, and she went to the dream of a chief to tell him that there was a meeting, and she scratched him to make him understand when he wakes up that this was a real message and not a dream. And when he woke up, he had the scratch. So
Oh, okay.
that right there, yeah. So if Rand had stabbed himself, so he's supposed to be dead.
Oh, so our man Ren should
Those
be have his all his guts out when he wakes up. Okay, got it.
guts out, yeah, exactly, yeah. So they do these things that I don't know how they're gonna. I don't know how they're gonna fix it, or
Yeah,
if
yeah,
they're
yeah.
gonna
They might have
complete
changed too
different way
much
in the
already,
future.
but yeah, we'll
Yeah.
we'll forgive it
It
for
feels
now.
to me sometimes. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll
yeah. For
forgive
me,
it for
it
now.
feels a bit. Yeah, for me, it feels a bit like they had an idea and it looks and it feels cool right now, and they don't think of the consequences. That's how
Mm,
it sometimes feels for me.
yeah, I feel you.
Um, uh, y- yeah.
Okay,
So and there's a few remember all of this problem is repeated along the show.
okay.
Even at the end when Egwin kills Nynaeve at the end there in the last episode,
Mhm.
with Nynaeve being dead, Egwin doesn't have that much ability to do that, and she cannot actually heal somebody who's actually dead like Nynaeve was.
Oh, yeah.
And that yeah, that was a bit too much. You understand? Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Two of the characters which I liked, other than Moraine Sedai. I'm curious. My
yeah,
man
yeah,
Len Mondragoran. Okay.
yeah.
Is he actually a samurai? Because that's what I was like, oh shit, a samurai.
Yeah,
I'm
this is
in.
yeah, yeah. They are the equivalent of a samurai in that world. Eh? They are supposed to be the best trained swordsmen, along with the last city that you saw there, the
Mm,
Faldarans.
they are samurais. Are there gonna be ninjas up in this mother?
Yeah.
I saw a cat.
Oh my God! You just jumped the bombshell, but you're gonna have to wait for like towards the very end.
Ah, that's
There were
yes.
a
I'm
group,
good. I can't wait.
yeah, and they are ninjas with it's a with a kind of power, but they die. They are kamikazes.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair
when
enough.
they get that power, that means yeah, they are on their way out. But because you
All
see,
right.
have to do with that very end of of the last episode.
Okay.
The episode you saw a civilization coming in.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
you remember
So
that?
my
The
yeah.
Shang.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's not talk about that one. Might be a spoiler. Never
Yeah.
know. Okay. The other guy I was kind of vibing to, Perrin Ibarra. Is my man a werewolf or what?
Ibara, yes. He he that's a good question. He doesn't become a wolf. He talks to them.
Mhm.
Uh yeah. I don't know if this is gonna be class as spoilers, but I'm pretty certain. Yeah, but he basically he basically can communicate with them. He's gonna I think in the second season he's gonna really they're gonna start to show you his communication. He speaks in a form of images, but I don't know how they're gonna do it in the show. Huh?
Okay, okay. I
Um,
feel like okay, I get where
yeah,
you're heading with this.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay, we can stop
yeah.
talking about that part now. So, but generally, your thoughts on just the show, like without comparing,
Okay, okay,
I guess.
okay. Uh, I, what I need to do, and what I suggest everybody else try to do, is understand that this is an adaptation. We're not gonna get
Yeah.
exactly what Robert Jordan wrote. Okay. Um, I I liked it. I didn't love it. I
Mhm.
think there's room for improvement.
Definitely.
When I look
Yeah,
at
yeah.
the details when I look at the details they messed with, it dawned on me that Robert Jordan wrote a tightly packed story
Mhm.
that as soon as they start to remove the screws and the nails, it feels like it's coming down. And I hope they know what they're doing. Sincerely, I hope they know what they are doing. In general, if you're gonna force me out of 10, 6.5 or 7 out of 10. I won't be able to give it a 9. I would have loved to give it a 9 out
Yeah.
of 10. Yeah, I won't give it a 5. It's not that bad. But I'll give it a 7. Yeah, they need to become a bit more wary of the details. A few things they feel like they thought about it and they just did it. For example, look at the final scene. The little girl on the beach. They came and they sent out a tsunami for a little girl. You know,
Yeah.
it looks cool to have a tsunami in your show, but it doesn't make sense for you to be killing a little girl with a tsunami. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
You
I get,
reserve
I
that
get it, I get it, I get it. Yeah,
for
for
Nami.
cinematic purposes, it looks great. It looked good on my screen. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Yeah, that is true.
yeah. But and I think for a show which has been quite level, for a book which has been very level-headed, even though it is a fantasy, I mean, even though it has like fantastical elements, they need to be a bit more level-headed as the books were. Yeah,
Yeah, true. Anyway, I think we
yeah,
both agree that
yeah.
a
But
book cannot be like a movie or show directly. Few
yeah,
things should be
yeah,
changed. But as for my score, it's not too far from yours. I'll give it a 6 out of 10 because
yeah, yeah.
everything that I needed to see in a fantasy show was there, and everything looked good. The actors were great. Rosamund
The
Pike,
actors were superb.
yeah, you can never go wrong with Rosamund Pike, Mabu. Yeah, and on my
Yeah.
Shaggy scale, I'll give this another sexy.
Okay, on the
Shaggy's
Shaggy
never
scale, give
wrong.
it a 6. Yeah, so, Shaggy's never wrong. Eh? So the other thing I forgot to say, if you allow me to add,
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
think they need better directors. I think they need better direction. But if you look at June, it feels like this guy really loved the project, you
Yeah,
know,
it does.
and he is treating. It's like, for me, the one of the problems with the series, with the Wheel of Time, is that certain moments, it's like the directors are not fully aware that these moments are important, or that moments are iconic.
Okay.
It feels like they sweep through it. I don't know whose fault this is, if it's the directors or the showrunners. I don't really know how filming happens with a TV show, as much as I understand a
Yeah,
movie. But I think this needs to be ironed out a little bit.
I agree. Actually,
Yeah,
it did feel like it lacked some grandeur and scale.
exactly. Yes,
I
it
did
did.
feel that.
It
You're
did.
right about that.
For an epic fantasy, yeah, they did.
It
Yeah,
did. But all,
yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, we're criticizing with love because we love what we see. Just saying. We don't hate.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly,
All
exactly.
in all, the conclusion is that we liked, but could have been better. Just like the Matrix Resurrections, I liked, but could have been a lot better.
It could have been better. I haven't yet watched that. I'll have to take a look.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man, I'm not gonna knock it,
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, could have been better.
Okay,
Anyway,
okay, all right.
this has been your boy JP
Yeah,
with my co-host
okay.
today, my guest,
Yeah, yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Lindsay Baker, aka El Boogie.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, guys, it's been a pleasure talking to you. I'll say one last thing before I leave. For anybody who has enjoyed the show, book readers or non-book readers, more power to you. I'm glad that you did. I'm glad that you. Yeah.
Yeah, great. Good
Yeah.
showing out, Lindsay. Thanks for coming by. I will see you soon, man.
Pleasure. Eh?
Yeah, pleasure.